There's a lot we don't know about how this midterm election will end, but there are signs tonight that former President Trump may have lost some of his luster with certain members of the conservative media, namely Rupert Murdoch. The Murdoch-owned New York Post portraying the former president as Trumpty Dumpty, who had a great fall. The Murdoch-owned Wall Street Journal publishing an op-ed proclaiming Trump is the Republican Party's biggest loser, arguing he flopped in this election and the previous 3 elections. Is this a temporary blip?
I will be watching very curiously. It feels real this time, but it also felt real to me after January 6th. I think that he was the unmitigated loser of last night, and the party does seem to be leaving him in a big way. How long it holds is the question. Who steps into the mix in the meantime?
Yeah, I would just say, look, it's not like he lost 1 race or 2 races or 3 races. He lost all races, right? And this was his party. This is his show last night.
He has proven to have more lives than a cat, though. I mean, he lost the White House. He lost the Senate before the insurrection took place. So I'm not sure we can discount him yet, but this is definitely a wave against him.
Not according to Donald Trump, he didn't lose, right? So yeah, you're wrong on that front.
Look. I mean, how does he react, you guys? Because one of the things that's happened to Donald Trump, when he ran in 2016, he was articulating other people's grievances. Increasingly, he's articulating his own grievances, and he's going to be really aggrieved by some of the things that we've seen in the last 24 hours, particularly on the cover of the New York Post, on the editorial page of the Wall Street Journal. What does that provoke him to do? How does he lash out?
He runs for president.
How does this enter into his 2-hour presentations?
Well, I mean, I think we saw some evidence this year that people didn't really respond to his airing of grievances from the past. They did respond to Republican candidates who sort of ran on the future. So if I were in this Georgia, if he shows up in Georgia to relitigate the 2020 election, to relitigate the conservative media, this in no way, shape, or form would be helpful. And so, but that will be his instinct, to your point.
And it's going to hurt because sorry, go ahead.
I don't know how this affects Donald Trump, to answer your question, David, because nothing bothers him more than getting criticized, and he lashes out. And so if he sticks to his plan to announce next Tuesday, it's going to be grievances part 500. And if you look at that Wall Street Journal editorial, it said that since 2016, he has a perfect record of electoral defeat.
Yeah, he doesn't get the most votes.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the most votes. It's driving him crazy. The reporting of CNN is that he's lashing out at his aides. He's in a terrible mood.
He's blaming everyone but himself.
Blaming even Melania for
He's going to go to Georgia to help Herschel Walker make Mitch McConnell a majority leader. The guy who hates the most.
He won't see it that way. One of his fatal flaws, Donald Trump's fatal flaws, is that he still, despite hating the fake news media, pathologically craves approval from the mainstream media. One of Ron DeSantis, the now rising star of the GOP, is that I don't think he cares at all what the mainstream media says about him. That's going to be a very interesting juxtaposition to watch.
I think that is so spot on. And I think the Republican base, actually the next evolution of the Republican Party's relationship with the media, the media has almost replaced the Democrats as the chief enemy. And while Trump craves the approval of the enemy, DeSantis has decided to write it off and say say engagement is not even worth it. And I do think there's an element of the Republican base that likes that about DeSantis more than they like about Trump's craving of the attention.
Yeah, it's interesting. DeSantis doesn't even talk to mainstream media most of the time. There are now enough other channels, extremely right-wing channels, or just you stand up, you talk, and you walk away. It's a different model. Trump came along with a different model in 2016. Up until then, there was a way you did it, and it was based on the old television model. What Trump understood was that social media and reality TV were different. So you could do stuff, you could be outrageous on social media and reality TV and be rewarded for that. But I think the thing is now changing, and DeSantis may know that more than Trump.
Our election coverage continues next day with CNN for all the latest results. Be right back.